If you have never created content before and are wondering how to start content creation, then keep watching because at the end of this video, you will have the complete step-by-step process to start creating digital content. And the good thing is, you'll be able to create your first digital content today, even if you have never created content before. Hey digital creators, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, I'm Rahul from digitalcreatoracademy.com and I help digital creators like you turn your digital presence into profit. In today's video, you will learn how to start content creation as a beginner. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the channel and tap on the bell icon so that you never miss an important update. So first thing first, if you have never created content before, creating digital content may feel like a daunting task. But don't worry, I have got a step-by-step plan for you that will work for almost everyone, no matter whichever niche or industry you belong to. The first step to starting the content creation process is deciding what you will create the content about. In other words, you need to be aware of your niche or industry about which you will create the content. Most beginners make this common mistake that they usually create content about something and then randomly jump on to another thing. Even though I'm not saying that you shouldn't be flexible enough to experiment a bit, yet randomly jumping from one industry to another is not a good idea, especially in the beginning. So pick the one you are the most passionate about, something that you are already reading, watching or listening about. This will not only help you in creating content easily, but also staying consistent in the long run. Okay, the next step for starting the content creation process is deciding what form of content you will create. In other words, decide what type of content you will create. If you have been following me for at least a couple of months, then you must be knowing that I often say any piece of content can be categorized into one of the three types only. That is, readable form of content, visual form of content, and audible form of content. So before you start creating the content, you need to decide and choose the type of content you will create. Now, each of these has its own pros and cons. So rather than wondering which one should you prefer, you must simply look inside yourself and see what's your strength. Whether you prefer writing text form of content or you love facing the camera. If you don't like both, you might prefer creating the audible form of content where you only speak into the microphone without facing the camera. What's the most crucial is playing at your strength. By the way, if you are like me and can create all three forms of content, then that would be even better. But my recommendation would be keep your focus on only one type of content, especially in the beginning, until you master that. Alright, last but not the least, in fact the most crucial step is start creating the content. Yes, you will have to do it. And unfortunately, there is no way to escape this. But there is certainly a way to make it easier and create your first content today. Let me tell you how. First of all, come up with a content idea. You may recall the topics you recently learned about or something you already know. And if you have neither learned anything new recently, nor you have prior expertise, then you may read blogs, watch YouTube videos, or listen to podcasts, or even take a look at the content you are consuming in your social newsfeed. You will find tons of content ideas to start creating content right away. So you just have to create. But here is a crucial tip. Most newbie content creators try very hard to create a masterpiece of content that is perfect, and this takes lots of time. You don't have to be one of those. Simply start with anything that is not perfect. That way you won't be stressing yourself too much. And by the way, rather than creating long form content, start with something quick and easy in the beginning. For example, instead of a long form blog post, you may create a short form social media post. Similarly, rather than creating a long form YouTube video, you may start with something quick and easy like Instagram story. You got the idea, right? So the goal is to create something quick that is fun and easy to create. Now, don't waste time. Go and create something today. And by the way, if you are struggling to come up with content ideas, I have got hundreds of pre-written content prompts and ideas for you. Check out the Bite-Size Content Vault for digital creators, which basically provides you the bite size, that means micro content ideas to quickly start creating micro content today. The link is in the description below. So this was all about how you can start creating content in 3 simple steps. I hope you found this video helpful. If yes, please hit that like button and share with someone who might find this helpful. By the way, which form of content are you going to create today? What's your biggest struggle in terms of content creation? Do let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I'm Rahul signing off, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay motivated, stay creative, and feel proud to be #digital creator.